Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Queer Age podcast. Today I am joined by the fabulous Belfast stylist Mark Nesbitt. Mark, thank you for joining us
Well, thank
today.
you for having me. Thank you so much.
So we're looking forward to hearing your story because you're a little bit old and and you were one of the lucky people to be at Belfast's first Pride.
Shouldn't have been there. I was 16.
Well, well, maybe
I'm gonna go caught on that.
some of the facts we'll maybe gloss over, but we'll start at the start, Mark, and thank you so much for coming today. So, what age you were at the first Pride when you were 16? So, what age did you kind of know that you were gay first and sort of come out? Did you have a coming out experience?
No, my brother and sister were gay, so I kind of slipped out. They kind of broke the ice for us. About 16, I think I had my 16th birthday party in a crow's nest, and
Wow,
that one was 18.
wow.
So that's before that, I probably knew I was gay probably quite early on. I wasn't very early on, like I knew it was just looking through the case catalogue. At all the men in the underwear, I was that's all I had then. There's no
There
phones.
was there was no internet, so it was Kenny's catalog.
And free mans if you were looking.
Wow, memories.
Mm.
So you were, do you have any memories of the crow's nest?
Loads. It was fun. One of my memories is actually trying to get in at night time because sometimes there was people stood around and you used to have to try and sneak in.
Okay,
You know what I
you
mean?
couldn't be seen.
No, you couldn't be seen. Plus, when I was out there, I wasn't out at home properly, so I had to be careful nobody seen it or neighbours. But it was, I wouldn't say dark, it wasn't dark, but there was a sneaky part of it which was quite good fun.
Yeah,
And deaf to this day, it was probably one of the best gay bars in Belfast.
amazing.
Everybody mixed, all ages. It wasn't a young bar. It was you knew every single person in the gay scene, which was fabulous.
Such a small
Yeah, such a
community.
small community. So
Yeah.
it was great.
So for the young ones listening, this would have been 1991.
Yeah, I'm 51 coming. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was 16. Probably just before 16, the first one
right. So 1990 maybe.
in.
So this was last century, 1990.
Stop.
So the memories of the crow's nest was good.
Memories was great.
It was a real sense of community.
Community, even though it wasn't underground, I said not at all, but there was a wee bit of a mystery about it, but everybody knew everybody, you talked to everybody. I don't know, I just think it was a really good time to come out. I'm really happy it came out then,
Yeah.
whenever there was a more community. People looked after each other, like they knew I was young. It was not just me, but the older ones that looked out for you too. They knew each other and
I kept an
you
eye
knew the
on you.
drag queens, everyone's mingled in the same place. There was no different bars, and you did have the ladies on a Wednesday night.
That was in Rosemary
Rosemary
Street.
Street, you had that, and maybe Friday night was it? Can't remember. But that was one night a week too. You went. So you went from Crow's Nest to there, and that was the only two sort of bars at the time you had in Belfast.
Was Delaney's a cafe during the day,
During the day it was a cafe.
and then
During the night it was slightly different,
more
more
entertainment.
entertaining. Yeah, I remember where you pay for your food on the counter. During the day it was all like lasagnas and thing, and during the night time it was men sitting there. A different kind of meat. A different kind of meat counter.
Cold cuts and
100% cold
during the
cuts.
day.
During the day it was
Um,
lasagna.
Fabulous. And there wouldn't have been many photographs
No,
then
that was
because
great.
nobody
No
had
phone, no nothing.
no phones, no camera
Um,
phones.
I think that was the whole fun too, because you could go out and have fun, and you weren't seeing yourself popping up somewhere,
Yes.
or you weren't. Which you don't do nothing wrong with caught in photographs, but sometimes it's nice to go out and just let your hair down and the memories in your head.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, if you're not out
Mm.
and
And you're seeing camera. That's the thing now. I mean, everybody go to now, they have their own website, photographs.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're right, you kind of do flip on to see, am I on this here? Thank God I'm not.
Yeah.
Too old now for photographs. But there was nothing then. That's what I'm saying. There was, you couldn't, I mean, if you met somebody, you met them, you spoke to them, that was it. You weren't switching numbers or you weren't, I mean, it was a brief meet, which was quite nice.
Yeah. So you had to meet them in person.
Meet in person. Then I go down and meet them. We had a plan to meet them again the next week. So there was a bit more, there was excitement there.
Yeah.
Are they going to turn up? Are they not going to turn up? You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
you wouldn't
Are they
know.
blanking me? They're not blanking me. You didn't have a clue until the following week
Yeah.
of whether you were going to say hello again.
And then if they didn't turn up, you wouldn't have
You
known
went to that meat
why.
line. Got your next victim.
So you were quite young and you weren't long out, and then along comes the first Belfast Pride.
Mhm.
So what was that like?
At the time, I probably thought it was like this big thing, but when I look back, there was probably 20 of us on the bus, and
So
maybe not much more. I recall up and about, there was more people standing in City Hall protesting and saying going to hell than there was actually there. I actually hid on the bus when I got to City Hall. I remember there was a few drag queens there, probably ones you like see Ellen, Liz Taylor, Lily Lillette, was all no the older ones, and they were off the bus walking, but I was quite timid actually. So I remember whenever I got there and they started shooting me going to hell, I kind of slid under the bus seat.
wow.
A bit of fear,
Yeah.
because they knew me, I knew them. They wouldn't have. I mean, it was a different thing altogether, but I remember just looking back and I was there. I was there in person, but you didn't see me. It was very intimidating as a younger gay person to be coming out and people shouting you're going to go to hell,
Yeah.
you're going to die. A lot of horrible stuff. And if I'm writing, like, remembering, like, I think Mr. Paisley and was there, like, at the time.
Yeah.
Like, it was that big, loud voice shouting at you.
Scary.
Even though you had drag queens singing and dancing, that big voice overruled everything.
Yeah. So a deeply unpleasant and mixed experience from Pride, but
Only unpleasant that way. When you look back, I was very privileged to be there.
yeah.
Very privileged to say I was there with amazing people, by the way, because I mean, what they done for us now,
Yeah.
even to organise that, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because
mean? They took their own risk in hand. I mean, because I mean, there was a few times, a few of them, like, there was a few gay baitings at the time where people did get, I got one myself, a few smacks to the head and called names and things like that, and it stood up to them. And look at the gay pride today.
yeah, today the protesters are still there, but
Still
there's
there, but I mean,
smaller numbers, and you can't even see them because of the amount of supporters standing in front of them.
I get a book and it's called Let Them, and when I see something like that in my head, I'm just like, let them be. Where you go? Run on. Do more damage to yourselves than you are like the public.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes energy to hold that
Mm,
hate in your heart.
horrible. To have that inside
Mm.
you would be a real. I always think people going to bed at night time must be a hard thing to go to sleep with that much hatred in you.
Yeah. So, do you remember getting off the bus at the end of the parade where it was, or
I think it was the Parliament Bar. That's changed names a lot. I think
yeah,
that time it was the Parliament, and there it was full. It was the music, it was the DJ, there was a load of people there. Um, and I also remember too thinking why a lot of them weren't at the parade. But when you look back now, it wasn't a big thing. I mean, the parade was a risky,
yeah, they were afraid.
they were afraid probably to go, but that night was amazing in the Parliament. Everyone was there having fun. There's a lot of straight people there too, but not in the way where they're overpowering. They come down to support the friends.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As now to go to the parade. But there they went to the bar because the first couple of years actually it was quite low key. But the night the after was always quite good. Again, 16 shouldn't have been there. Get in trouble again.
But I'm sure you had your fake ID and
Oh
already,
yeah, take
so
idea. I always looked older, so I always got away.
after that, then there was a few other events that you were involved with. The Parliament one night was firebombed. Is that
Hmm.
right? You were there that night.
You're right now.
A series of unfortunate events.
Follows me around, doesn't it? Yeah, there was a few of us upstairs, and I remember this guy came running upstairs, and we were standing. Do you remember upstairs the Parliament? As soon as you walked
Yeah.
in the door, there was seats in the bar there. We were sitting at the door where we always sat. Um, and this guy came up with a gun and started shaking it, but I remember it was like that. So me and a friend of mine just started laughing. We were young, drunk. We got this Belfast in the main seeing more guns than
As you do in
as you do in the
Belfast.
main. We were like, whoa, and ourselves. And I remember me saying, no, please get outside. So we came out, oh, so everybody walked out, and me and the friend realized we had our coats upstairs and a drink. So we went back up again, got our coats and drink.
Right.
And when we got out, we got like across the road to where the hostel is, isn't it? And the whole place just blew apart.
Wow.
The whole place just kind of, I remember the whole four walls. First thing, they went like that. Nothing fell down, but the thing just made the walls go out and all the windows and all went too.
God.
Hmm.
And you used to be back in for your coat and drinks.
After that, as douchebags, we walked around Delaney's. It's a Saturday night, Delaney's open. They get a drink to come on Thursday.
Because the Parliament got blew
Because,
up, you
yeah.
went to Delaney's.
And the funny thing was, a friend of mine worked there, and I asked for a drink at the bar. And he set down this drink, which I thought was alcohol, but it was a glass of washing up liquid. And I knocked it back, thinking it was a drink. But it was washing up liquid.
Oh my God.
Mm, that was a good end of my night. That was my night over.
So no more drinking for you.
No, that was me done for a couple of days.
Straight home and
Straight home and
vomit and
washing my face.
bubbles. You heard it here first, people. We bring you the freshest stories.
And there was no phones. It was great. Nobody caught me on the way.
Yes, there
But
was
I was
no.
still underage. Like I couldn't even tell my mum and dad I was at the Parliament.
Yeah,
Because we were brought up in the thing where you drunk at 18 in a family, and it was a quite strict,
yeah.
where I was only 18, so I didn't tell them probably I was in my 30s. I think I still got a smack across the back of the head for sneaking out that night. I mean, um, yeah, it was good.
Wow. So were you a regular at the bar scene
Yeah,
then and the Prides
yeah.
every
Pride,
year?
yeah, I did for a long time, and then I started going to Grand Canary Pride,
Right.
which completely opened my eyes up because that was massive
Very
for an
different.
island.
Yeah.
I remember going, wow, why is this place so big and why is it the parade so big? And we had a lot small at the time.
Yeah.
Um, just it opened my eyes up of just how 1 Northern Ireland was so against us.
Yeah.
It really was like we sort of the whole community.
So at Gran Canaria, you noticed the difference between.
Massive, massive difference. Even this fuck God, even the people dressing. Jermaine, there was men there on the floats, but good weather makes a big difference anyway. And it wasn't even the underwear, it was just the freedom
Yeah.
where they could stand in swim trunks and wings and nothing was shouted at them. I mean, it really made me look and go, wow, I love Northern Ireland and I did love it. Nah, it's completely different. But then I look back going, is this where I want to live?
Yeah.
Is this somewhere I want to spend the rest of my life where I can't be myself?
Yeah.
Whenever you see other places and you go, God, that's amazing. Just people having fun and allowed to have fun.
So very different from
Yeah,
the
so it was. It was nothing
repressed.
to do with the gay part of it. It's just looking around and going, everyone's just smiling and having fun and you're not looking inside your eye. It's not like that.
Yeah.
But you weren't looking inside your eye, who's going to be shouting at you? who's going to be holding up stuff to say you're going to hell, or you know what I mean, that was nothing at all.
So, full disclaimer, I probably should have said this at the start, Mark. You're my friend, and I've known you from we were born in the same
Next
street,
door, are facing each other.
facing each
Yeah,
other in the same street.
yeah.
So you're
Who knows
from
more than that on?
Yep. So you're from Belfast and you grew
Yeah.
up in Belfast,
Mhm.
and you see a big difference now in the way things are. Just trying to convey to young people who are maybe tuning in and watching this, what it was like back then compared to the way it is now.
Yeah, 100%. Sure, I'm married now, a husband and two children. We can walk down the street as a family holding each other's hands, which I never, when I first came out the thing, I probably would have been a bit more skeptical of, was I thought I was going to have a lonely life, because I always wanted a family, I always wanted kids, and I remember at the start there was no such thing as gay adoption or nothing, or gay
No.
marriage, you know what I mean? Or even just, we see kids now walking about and they're just, the dress is the one, they speak as the one, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the individuality.
And back then you wouldn't even have heard of two men living together,
Oh God, no,
or two women living
no, no
together in
way.
the house.
No.
That would have been very hush hush. And I can remember sometimes we would have been told that two women who were living together were sisters or
So, yeah, our
and
cousins, I mean,
our cousin,
happy family members.
but they weren't really. They were secret
Yeah,
lesbians and confirmed bachelors.
yeah, that's what I know now, I mean, the thing back now, like, to how it is now, even for my kids, I mean, even for them, like, we bring them down to gay pride, we all walk together as a family,
Yeah,
compared to the first time I head upstairs in the bus.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can walk and be there, and of course, the father's Joseph is dressed up as Wonder Woman or Mr. Glitter, you know what I mean? But for that now, even to walk down the street and people clap and cheer, that's the way life should be.
Yeah.
It's like putting people in boxes. Just be yourself. Doesn't need to be a whole lot of different people. Just walk and be proud of who you are.
Did we talk about the Crow's Nest bar?
Yes.
Yes, and the Parliament,
Parliament.
and then
You had the Limelight too, actually.
the
The
Limelight.
Limelight was a good bar. That was actually my very first bar to go into. Um, my brother took me. He said we're out in the bar in town. Do you want to come out? I think he knew I was going because I used to work in the Club Hotel. Yeah. So I used to let mum work every Saturday. I only worked one Saturday a month. So my
Right.
mum thought I was going to work. So I was able to sneak out the bars at the time. I remember the first time I went, and I blew my head away going into a bar. And it was all people like myself, talking, dancing, having a laugh. I remember that first feeling of walking in to the limelight. It was amazing. Sense of worth, where you weren't different.
Yep. They weren't being
You weren't being
judged
judged. It was really nice. Had my first gay kiss.
in the Limelight,
And then, yeah.
and that was a Saturday night.
That was a Saturday night, yeah.
Wow.
It was good, yeah. It was a good night.
Unusual for the guys to get a prime spot like a Saturday night because we were usually relegated to
hmm
Monday
Mondays,
or yeah,
Mondays, yeah. No, sorry, night we went out because I was meant to be working, and that's where I went, Limelight.
and maybe we got Mondays because most of us were hairdressers.
Queen's Bar was another place you went to on a Sunday night or Monday because everyone was off Monday, and it was never a gay bar, but everybody I knew went there before you went on out afterwards.
Right.
So with that, when they started having progress with a few wee places too, but they were never given to a gay person. They just went there and became a place to meet up.
Sort of took it
Took
over.
it over, yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually had a few places actually. If you think about it,
I suppose, yeah, there were
wasn't it?
multiple
Wasn't it?
places
Yeah,
dotted all
places dotted
around.
around. Wasn't just one. You had the Crow's Nest. You
Yeah.
had the Parliament. Then you had a few wee nights here and everywhere. The Whites.
White's Tavern.
They had a Wednesday night too, which was amazing.
That's right.
But
Starting to
I
remember them all
know.
now. This
They
is
had a
good.
really good. They actually, that was a really good night actually. Um, Again, everyone went. There was no phones. There was no catching on. Had fun. We left them home.
And do you remember any of the entertainers or the DJs?
Robert Brown,
Robert Brown,
Mi- Miss May. Am I right, Miss May?
Miss May, Robert May.
Robert May,
Yeah,
McLaren, Spike, around her. Got loads of people doing it. Then you had Tokyo Joe. Do you remember that?
Tokyo
Tokyo
Joe's.
Joe's. It was around the corner from Creations upstairs. It was by your own. And you had there, and they hired Saturday night, and they had Mickey Modell with DJ in there, all the people. But I done the cloakroom. I worked in the cloakroom in there, and then dancing tables afterwards.
So you were a professional guy?
And then I was actually working. I think it was about 18, 19 then. That's where I met Jim, guy I worked with for 11 years. Was in there actually.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have a list of songs that were out around about 1991.
You going to
Just see
play a pub quiz?
if you remember any of these songs. I'm not going to play them because
Good. I don't have to guess them.
no,
Oh, that's okay, because
no,
I'm pretty bad that way. I think it's
because the
problematic
copyright
personally.
we would be banned. But I'm just going to talk about some of the songs. So what would have been in the charts at the time
Right?
of 1991, according to AI, they're saying Bryan Adams, Everything I Do.
Everything I do for you, yeah.
Remember that? That was number one for about 3 years.
Well, I don't think it was played in the gay party actually.
No, that was too
And then so I
clever.
just slow down at the end of the night.
Shoop Shoop by Cher.
Oh, why, yeah.
You
Yeah,
might
yeah,
have
yeah.
remember that one. Chesney Hawkes, I Am the One
I
and
have one
Only.
only. Love that song.
Right
Love
Said
that.
Fred, I'm Too
That's
Sexy. Would
exactly
you have
from the
heard that
dirt.
in the gay bars?
And everyone done the walk. Remember that? He done the walk up and down, yeah.
Yep. And KLF 3 a.m. Eternal.
Love that.
Is the memories coming back to
Wow. Do you know, in
you?
work actually, we play a lot in 90s. It's great. In work,
So,
on a Saturday, the young ones want to play all this new stuff, and I slip over and put on best of the 90s and get some clients and all that. It was the time for actually music.
yeah,
I mean, it really was like, it was amazing.
80s and 90s.
Smash hits.
Good. Smash
Yeah.
Hits. That was a
Smash
wee
hits.
magazine.
No, they done
But
the
they did,
concert, remember?
yeah, they had it became
Maysfield. Used
really
to do it
big.
at Maysfield too. I think that's why I seen Five Star, my first concert,
Wow.
because I sneaked in the back door.
Five
Five
star.
Star, yeah, yeah. Didn't even know who they were. It was a neighbour, Davies, they let us, they were bouncers, and they opened the back door and let me and a couple of people in to see them.
Wow.
Mm.
Claim to fame.
Five Star.
Good times.
It was actually.
So there hasn't always been good times, Mark. There's been a bit of um abuse in your past,
Mm.
and that haunted you for a long time. But you
40 years.
40 years.
40 years before I spoke about it, yeah. More actually. It was 44 years before I actually spoke out loud.
Yeah. So you came from a time where you couldn't really talk
No,
about that.
no way. We're bringing shame to the house.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yep.
Everything was burst under the carpet in them days.
Yeah. So you carried that with you, and then until you've had some counselling. But then you were invited to a wee event or two to speak about it.
Yeah, the first one actually, I was asked to do an interview, and I was like, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna went. I didn't know there was camera crews and all there, TV stations and all there. So,
Wow.
I done it. It was actually really good to do. But no, yeah, it was quite raw to hear, and even the other event I done, I went and spoke to people as on a stage, and to hear other people's stories from that era too.
Yeah.
It's quite scary what went on and what was never spoke about, and the damage is done by people with there who their partners or family had committed suicide over it. because there was nobody talking about it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's very powerful now for anybody, no matter what age, just to say it out loud.
So you encourage people
100%,
to
100%.
come
I am
forward.
where I am today because I said it out loud. Like I have a husband, I have two kids. I, for a long time as a younger person, I probably was a bit wild, a bit up the bad stuff. But now I understand why. I understand now why I was, but definitely now for anybody who God just speak to somebody.
Okay. So anybody who's impacted, if you need to talk about that, please get in touch and we can
Yeah.
signpost you to Rainbow Project has an amazing counselling service and
But that's who I reached out to, remember?
Rainbow Project.
And it put me on the right people right away. And saying like, if it wasn't for that, I probably, when it happened, I was probably at the lowest part of my life where I didn't know what was wrong with me. Anxiety, depression, didn't want to be near people. And within 2 years of just talking, you never healed, but just letting people believe in you and actually say, believe you, it's God changed my life. The rainbow did do that actually.
Excellent. So yes, feel free to get in touch. We'll certainly signpost you on. And thanks for sharing that, Mark.
No, not at all. Like anytime at all.
Because the events that you were at were was about encouraging people to come forward and
Yeah,
speak out
just
about
speak
it.
up or I mean, but there's some people like don't have people to speak to.
Yeah,
Or they have spoke like I did speak as a kid and it was all hushed about. So it was hard for me to speak again. And I understand other people the same thing. Whenever you're not back and nobody believes you, it's hard for you to believe yourself
yeah,
and to go forward. So I'm saying there's phone numbers, there's helplines, there's best friends, there's everybody to talk to.
yeah. So you're now on the other side of that
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
married and have adopted two wonderful children.
Amazing kids.
Keep you
Amazing kids.
busy and they're
Yeah,
going through
that's
school at the minute and
yeah.
stuff. And that's something, as you said, we could never have envisioned
No, never ever. And
back then.
even for that, even for us to stand in a courtroom and for the judge to say, congratulations, your family. Wow, how far we've come on. Not even we, sorry, the community. How far
Yeah.
this whole life has come on, but there's still a lot further to go.
Yeah.
Still is.
So you had to stand in a courtroom.
Yeah, yeah, you went in the
Can you
courtrooms.
talk a wee bit about the process of adopting a child as a gay couple?
Couple, yeah. We probably weren't the first, but we were one of the first. With our oldest boy, it took us 5 years to get him.
Wow.
Um, and I remember a social worker, like our social workers are amazing, unreal. I remember this one time I said before, I've done a course on news people. I was like, what?
Use people.
News people? I was like, yeah. I was laughing, I was like, this was, I went and done a course on how to speak to you, and I didn't take offense to it at all. I actually thought it was really funny. Like, as people, like, you're the gay people, and I think what she was scared of saying things wrong herself.
Yeah.
You know
Causing
what I mean?
offense.
But it's just the way she said it. It was funny. I wouldn't take offense to things like that. But that's how far back it was. Whenever they had to go, we had to do a
A
course
special
on
course to
speaking to these people, and it's 5 years of a lot of questions, a lot of like, we were getting made at one point to go for a nails test, and we put a foot down. Hmm. I remember this panel, and they asked us if you would mind to go and get tested. Like, what for? If there's anything sexual. I'm like, but the two people that say who are heterosexual, they're not getting tested. And so why are we? And we didn't do it. We said no, we're not doing it. And they didn't have to make us in. But that was probably the hardest thing of the whole adoption when somebody automatically went, "Do you want to go and get your blood done?"
for sexual health test.
Active, which was married for 4 years and with my partner for like then probably 7, 8 years. And they're
So there
still
was
saying,
still
but I kind of questioned us too as well. it was part of the thing where we kind of went, is this really what we want to do? Are we, because we're getting, again, thought we're doing a good thing by adopting a kid and getting a family, but you're putting in another box. They kept on putting us in a box.
So it was a tough process where you were being stereotyped and
Just that one or two things. But I enjoyed the process because I found out more about my partner the whole way through the process than I ever did before. Because we
right.
had interviews every single week for about, I think it was like 20 weeks. They come into the house and interviewed you, and then it's all different now with the second one. But I found out so much stuff about him, and then it was great because we spoke afterwards too, so it made me and him a lot stronger.
Okay.
Because after they went, we kind of went, oh, I don't know what happened to you, and that's probably where it came out more than me, but the sexual abuse to him because I told him about it. I didn't think I wanted to hide it,
Yeah.
so I did say, and then we spoke about it, and so again, even though it was a long process, there was a silver lining because it got me talking more. He found out more, and it brought us closer together that way.
So the process, it lasted 5 years for the
5 years,
first time.
first time, second time, 2 years.
And during the 5 years, then there's things called panels. It's panels of
Panel
people.
meeting, yeah, you go and you sit in top front of the panel. I think it's 10 people, and I understand them because they're taking some kids from a bad enough background, and they want to make sure you're the right person.
Yeah.
No, I do understand. When you go through it all and you get the kid handed you, and you do a lot of the talks, and you meet people who have kids which have come from horrific backgrounds. Got of them. It is understandable. What goes through it, it's a wee bit like, you kind of feel as if is it necessary? But then when you get your wee baby, your child, whatever, it is necessary. It is.
And so at the end of it, you have to go to a court.
Court would be the adoption day, which ours was 8 years yesterday.
Right.
Um, and you just go in with your kid, baby, kids, whatever you have, and they do the whole birth certificate. You get your birth certificate. It's your name, the legal guardians,
Okay.
and your family. It's your family day. The name changes and all that there. It's a lovely day. It really is a nice,
Brilliant.
sweet day where, and we celebrate it every year. The first time we went round to Birch, and every year we go back to Birch on the same day and celebrate Adoption Day. It's really big to let them know kids are adopted.
Yeah.
I think it's very healthy to talk about it. So we do the whole Adoption Day, and then our younger one, of course, is June. We do the whole Adoption Day too and talk about it, and it's nice,
Excellent.
nice, nice.
So, congratulations on your 8 year anniversary
Eight
that you
years,
just
so yeah.
celebrated. That's
I know, I can't
amazing.
believe we were changed life altogether. It's great, but
And it, then the second time it was easier
two
because
years.
you've been through the process, so they didn't need to
No,
ask you all
actually,
of the
to be
questions.
honest with you, it was more intense.
Right.
Me and Kim partner, I think the first time was 5 years because they didn't know how to speak to us.
How they take the courses.
They had to take precautions of how we're going to eat them alive or something. Um, the second time, it was more, they dove more into your lifestyle.
Right.
They really did. At one point, we thought we weren't getting a second child, and my partner would be quite a strong, emotional person. And I remember coming to one panel, and he sat and cried for like 2 hours because the question, as if they were doubting you as a parent
Right.
of what you could do. But again, they probably had to find out different kids, different backgrounds, of how you're going to manage the child. But the second time was a lot more intense. It would have put you off if you want to go a third time. And we both said that together.
Yeah. But you're happy now with two kids and
I'm happy with two. He keeps on saying three, but don't know. Two might be just quite sufficient for me in a way.
yeah,
Even numbers, I say I believe in actually.
even numbers. That's a good way to get out of
Isn't
it.
it? Even numbers, you know.
Yeah. Um, so we're just going to f finish up now, Mark. Would you have any advice for somebody young coming up today, maybe a young person coming out? What advice would you give them?
God, just be yourself. If you're not accepted at home, which some people aren't, there's places to go and be accepted. Like there really is. There's places you can go and talk to people and meet different friends. If you go to somewhere like the Rainbow and all, we'll have a lot of people saying that you do meet your own circle of friends coming out. And I was staying, I probably had that then coming out because when I came out, it was quite a secretive. I was on my own, even though I had my older siblings. You weren't out yet.
No,
So, you know what I mean? So it was only me at one point, and you have to go, which was great, make your own circle of friends. It's quite a intimidating thing, but coming out now, it's like, be yourself, enjoy life. Life's too
mm,
short, way
absolutely.
too short, and we live in a city now which is quite pink. It really is. Like, I mean, just look around you, people. I love to see clients come to the salon, and there's no labels to me anymore. I take every single person who they are and what they want to be.
And so you own your own salon, Mark, and you're one of the top stylists
Well, something
in
like that.
in the north.
That's
Uh,
lovely. Thank you very
you
much.
have a quite a glamorous
I'm very
job
lucky.
and career.
Very lucky. Very lucky. I get to do London Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week. I've worked hard my whole life for it, but I have an amazing team behind me, and that gives me the chance to actually go and do stuff.
Yeah,
So I'm very blessed to have a nice salon. I really am.
brilliant. Okay, anything final you would like to talk about?
What about you?
That's it. I would like to sing a song. Money Chuckle.
Jim McDonald sitting here.
Well, Mark, there's nothing left to say, but thank you very
No,
much.
thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
in, and we'll get this uploaded as soon as possible. And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again at the next one.